Hi everyone, this is audap. Well, I just got off work again, um, and if you're wondering why that is, the world works in 24 hours. There's really no such thing as a period where a business can, truly be closed. And as we look at our devices, our internet, our phones, all the things that we expect to work whenever we want, unfortunately that also means that sometimes there are people behind the scenes that make all that possible. So I was looking for a game that I could kind of chill out the night with, and I thought, well, why don't we play some Alien Crush? Not so much Devil's Crush. Devil's Crush is like a stressful game, but Alien Crush is a little bit more chill, even though it's also a much more difficult game. Anyway, this is Alien Crush. This is actually the TurboGrafx version. There was a version released on the Wii, Alien Crush Returns, but obviously that's not this version. This is the original game from '88. Yeah, '88. So a long time ago. I wouldn't be too shocked if not a lot of people have heard of the game, unless they're into classic gaming. So yeah, let's just play a little bit and have a chill night. Have a faded drink ready. Because like everything that happens in the middle of the night, nothing ever goes according to plan. I prefer the fastball versus the slow ball. I think the slow ball doesn't allow you to do certain shots, at least not easily. So. And the Lunar Eclipse is the chill song, whereas Demon's Undulate is the slower paced song. But I feel that see, this is the Lunar Eclipse. I feel like the Demon's Undulate is like appropriately creepy, but not chill. So yeah, Lunar Eclipse. I don't think I've ever beaten this game, and yes, this is a game that you can beat. If you get a billion points, then you can get to the end. You can get at least an ending screen. Devil's Crush, the sequel, I've actually beaten that legitimately, no cheats or anything. And mainly because you can score so many more points in Devil's Crush. This version doesn't have quite as many bonus rooms, and the board doesn't offer quite as many multipliers. So it's a little harder to get to that goal. Like I said, I've never done it. I doubt we'll do it tonight. I mean, I'm super tired. I was just looking for a way to relax on something that would be wouldn't work my brain too much. While we finish off our drink for the night. I actually think these Crush games are incredibly unique. No one's ever really been able to develop video pinball quite like NatSat in its heyday. With Alien Crush, Devil's Crush, and Jackie Crush, which is on Super Nintendo. Although Jackie Crush, less so. Not quite as good as the original two Crush games. And while something like Pinball FX or Pinball Dreams, they do emulate real pinball with real machines. I gotta be honest with you, I don't really like real pinball. I mean, if I go to an arcade, when arcades still existed, I never played pinball. I feel those games were too cheap. It was like playing a redemption game. You can tell that the game's just made to suck away your money, and not necessarily be fair. At least that's how I felt about pinball games. But this game, I do feel like the ball physics in the board, being so fantastic, at the same time, do actually offer you a very, very fair play field and chances to really make shots. Make the winning shots. Whereas if you're playing something like, Pinball or Star Trek Next Generation, real pinball machine games, or even Pinball FX, which emulates those games, really, really well, You know, they also emulate the faults, which is the game's being kind of cheap. And, you know, this is not going to be like the most fair game, of course, because it's pinball. But I feel that you have the most control, and you can have better predictability of the ball. Plus, these boards are just cool. You know, obviously, you really couldn't make a pinball game like this and have it really be profitable. Maybe you could, but it'd be ridiculous. It'd be like a $3 a game. Not great for pinball, because pinball's, you know, like, wouldn't expect to pay more than 50 cents a game. At most. Yeah, I was definitely not raised on pinball. I was raised on shmups. You know, back in the 2600 days. So to me, this is perfect. This is like real video game pinball. You know, versus trying to be too strict on how real pinball plays, because real pinball kind of plays shitty. I think the best thing about this game is that, you know, as you play, you sort of discover, you know, new elements of the board. Like that brain in the upper left-hand corner there. I mean, you can actually destroy that brain, and it opens up and it shoots out a bunch of like spider aliens. It takes a long time, but you know, when you finally do it, you're like, yeah. I feel like I've accomplished something. I'm surprised this bonus level made it into the final game. It's like kind of one of the more boring ones of the bonus levels. The other ones were like really creative. You know, the only thing that the video pinball can't emulate is the feeling of you know, rocking the machine. I mean, there's a rock button, which kind of moves it in whatever direction that the game feels like moving the ball, you know, the table. But it doesn't really replace you know, putting your hands on the table and moving it around as the ball moves around. So you don't get that, but I think you gain so much more with the way these boards are designed that you know, I don't really miss, you know, rocking the table. When I was younger, I always felt that was cheating because, you know, it's instead of using your skill and your timing with the flippers, you resort to just manhandling the machine itself. But you know, the later pinball games were actually made to be manhandled a bit. You know, they run nice rockers. Unlike, you know, like pinball. Like pinball, definitely, I don't think anybody planned on people actually shaking that machine. But certainly a lot of the later games, they were on these you know, the kind of nice rockers that you could move the machine just slightly. And then, you know, you add that as part of your strategy. But I was like, you looked ridiculous, you know, knocking the machine around. It's like you were throwing a tantrum playing a game. Yeah, here generally, I mean, I don't even use the know, the English button, the tilt button. I feel I have good enough control over the ball where I wouldn't need it. And you can't pick which direction it's going, so it feels very random. Ah, son of a bitch. And really, before this game, I really didn't like video pinball at all. You know, I mean, you know, video pinball up until here, up until this game, really tried to emulate regular pinball, real pinball too much. I guess it never really occurred to anybody to just make a game that was, you know, too fantastic for a real machine to be. And that was really the secret to making it more fun. I know, looks like Slimer, huh? From Ghostbusters. Yeah, cracking open the mitochondria. Yeah, it's a shame nobody's really ever made another game like this. I mean, there was that attempt to make a Devil's Crush, which is also on the system. The name escapes me. But you can tell those developers didn't quite know how to do the ball physics. You know, or they were aiming for, like, ball physics that were too realistic. Which I don't feel that this game is trying to do. This game is just trying to get to, like, fun physics versus how a ball would really behave. Which, again, much better for video pinball to have it behave like a, you know, a video game. I know, this is supposed to be a chill game. I'm actually kind of stressed out. Damn it! Yeah, you would certainly normally not catch me playing pinball. I had a girlfriend that was like totally into pinball. I was like, every time we went to a bar, you know, she'd be interested in playing. She's just like, hey, you know, I don't. It's not even fun to watch. It's not even a good spectator sport. Like, I can see people getting into watching, you know, somebody play, you know, StarCraft, but to watch somebody play pinball, you know, real life pinball, it's like, ugh. It's like having a conversation about horse racing. Like, this is not fun. Obviously, that never worked out between us. If I remember right, you can crack open the thing that's on top of the skull too, or hiding the skull on the upper right hand side. Again, it takes a long time to do it, but it's cool when it finally happens. Oh, that damn hungry skull. I'll swallow my ball. Yeah, I do wish some of the sound channels didn't drop out. I mean, that would make the game perfect if the sound didn't drop out once in a while. Musician was a little overzealous. But, you know, it only had 6 channels of sound. Still, I absolutely love this PSG sound chip in the PC Engine, you know, TurboGrafx-16. There's really something about it that just sounds, you know, incredibly pleasant. You know, versus the kind of the harder, lower tones from the FM sound chip on the Mega Drive, which on occasion also sounded good. It's not like the Mega Drive just didn't sound good. I mean, we just played Glaylancer, which is you know, an amazing sounding game. But by and large, you know, the PC Engine just sounded better. You know, notable exceptions here and there, but you know, 8 times out of 10, the PC Engine was a nicer sound, more pleasant sound. Yeah, then the Super Nintendo came along and sort of squashed everybody with its sample sounds. But I know a lot of people that aren't happy with the Super Nintendo sound, since you know, they had to be low quality samples, and you know, you had to add the and it was wise to add the reverb. Otherwise, low quality sounds without reverb, you know, low sample, short sounds without reverb just do not sound good. Yeah, if you ever played a Super Nintendo game without the reverb effect, it's quite sad. It definitely does not sound good anymore. Though I have friends that they say that the reverb drives them crazy, and I'm just like, you don't know what you're talking about, man. Oh, my cat's fed up. Vera's fed up. It's like, you're talking to nobody. I'm going to bed. Fair play, Vera. Yeah, and I have, you know, been known to play this game for quite a number of hours in a row. It's like especially good if you're just sick, where you don't really want to think too much, but you do still want to keep your brain just a little bit active. Yeah, it's so funny to think how inspirational Giger is to the world of sci-fi and the world of horror. It's definitely the world of video games. Hard to deny the power of his imagery, though. Of course, you know, that stuff's gonna give you nightmares. it's the best source to copy from. if you're really careful, you can kind of trap the ball with your flipper up, and then just sort of lob it towards one of the demons on the left and right hand side. Then you just have to deal with the center one. Oh. Obviously nowhere near 1 billion points. Ugh. But still incredible fun. So yeah, this is audap, and you've been watching Alien Crush on the TurboGrafx-16. Yeah, of course, if you have a way to play this game, I highly suggest it. While it may not seem like much on the surface, the more you play it, then the more nuanced the game is, especially in the realm of video pinball. I mean, it's certainly leagues above what real pinball can give you. And you know, I hope at some point in time somebody decides to revive this game or offer it on a service like we did on the original Wii. You know, I'd love to see it make a comeback and have more people enjoy it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.